Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thanks for joining me. I definitely appreciate it. Now first I want to apologize about not having a review up for you yesterday. Maverick and I had like a little mini vacation this weekend and it was an absolute blast. Maverick's really starting to get into cars finally, and especially supercars. And there are a couple supercar dealerships up in Northern Virginia, specifically the Ferrari dealership and the Lamborghini dealership. So we went up there and checked out those vehicles. And guys, if you're ever in the mood for a Ferrari, like, everybody is all the time, right? Talk to Casey up at Ferrari of Washington. Even though, he knew we were up there just to sightsee and just to kind of drool all over the beautiful Ferraris and Lambos and all the other stuff. He couldn't have been nicer. He couldn't have been more knowledgeable. He was nice to Maverick. He answered all of Maverick's questions. He answered all of my questions. We just had an absolute blast. So I don't know if you're going to see this, Casey. I'm going to send you a link so you can take a look at this review, and I hope you watch it. But we just want to thank you so much for taking so much time and being so incredibly nice to both of us. We had an absolute blast. And then after that, after we went to the Ferrari dealership and the Lamborghini dealership right around the corner, there was a Cars and Coffee on Sunday that we went to as well. Didn't see a ton of supercars there, but, saw a whole bunch of, classic cars and bikes and all sorts of, retro rockets and modified cars. I mean, you name it, they had it there, as well as there were a few Ferraris and a few McLarens up there, which I thought was really cool. So they had and trucks, they had trucks and stuff up there too. So anyway, it was really cool, but we had an absolute blast, and that's why I didn't have a review up for you yesterday, because we were driving back. So anyway, let's go ahead and get to the review. Today we have the Seiko, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly, Seiko Macchina Sportiva, or is it Macchina Sportiva? It's Italian. Anyway, it stands for sporty car, by the way. This is the Seiko, I'm just going to pronounce it the way I think it's supposed to be pronounced. Seiko Macchina Sportiva Panda 100 meter solar quartz. And this is model number SSC769P1. And I thought this was a very interesting Seiko for a couple reasons, and I think y'all will too. So let's go ahead and check this thing out. So guys, we'll go ahead and get into this, but first check out my Amazon shopping channel if you like this or any of the other watches I've reviewed on my channel. I do get a very small commission if you buy from my Amazon store, so I definitely appreciate it. Also, make sure you check out my watches for sale playlist for all the latest watches that I'm selling on my channel. Make sure you check that out because you can get a really good deal on one of those. And if you want to be a supporter of the channel, check that out. It's only $4.99 a month. You get a couple little special, kind of like behind the scenes features that other people are not going to get. So here you go, typical Seiko watch box. Nothing real spectacular here. All right, there is the box. First you get your manual. Right there, written in multiple different languages. There you go. So let's get this out of the way. And I saw this as like, man, this is really interesting. It's not super complicated. It's just, I think it's a really good looking watch. And I also want to tell you about all of this stuff. There's another couple reasons why I like this watch. One of those reasons is this, a Sapphire Crystal. Get the hell out of here. Can't believe Seiko's putting a Sapphire Crystal on a sub $300 watch. I was just blown away. And the second reason that I really liked it was that dial, that honeycomb kind of hexagon shaped dial. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous. The whole Panda look is really good looking. And that was the main reason that I like this watch. I like that Panda look. I love that textured honeycomb dial. It's just stunning to look at. Now there are like 4 or 5 other colors of this. I think there's like 3 or 4 actually. What do they have? They have a red, blue, and black version of this, but none of them, and they all have that honeycomb dial as well, but none of them stand out quite as good as this white dial. And of course, the black subdials. It's just a fantastic looking watch. All right, let me also show you something else real quick before we actually get into the review. It's a solar watch. Here is the tag right there. It's a solar. It's got that venerable V176 movement, and they have a new pin and collar system. There you go. Now, they also include this, which is your little tool right there. And what it is it's a pin and collar, but the pin is like, it's shaped the same on both sides, and there's a little tiny spring inside, so no matter which way you put the pin in, the link is going to stay in. It is absolutely awesome. I don't think it's as nice or as maybe quite as easy to use as that new Casio system I showed you about, I don't know, 3 or 4 reviews back, but it's really cool. So you poke it out with this side, and then when you put the link in, use this little nib right here on the end of this tool, and that pushes the pin back in just the right amount. So I guess the tiny little ribs of the, I mean, it's incredibly small, the super small spring bar, just keep it in place, but you have to push it back using this side of the tool, the little tiny, let me actually take this out. So right there, that little tiny nub right there, you push it in just that far, and that basically locks that locks that pin in place. And then this side is what you use to push it out. I think it's a really cool system, and the fact that you can do it either way on either side of the link. I thought it was fantastic. Really easy to use, and it's a welcome addition to the old, pin and collar type. But this is basically just a new system that Seiko has come up with, and this is the only watch that I've seen it on, is this this Panda right here. So really cool. All right, let's get all this stuff out of the way. I showed you all the tags, right? Yep, all the tags are out of the way. Let's get the box out of the way. I'll go ahead and give you all the specifications, all the 7 specs you need to know, and then I'll put the rest of them down there. You're looking at a 41.4 millimeter stainless steel case. It's 12.1 millimeters thick. It's 49 millimeters lug to lug. It's on a 20 millimeter stainless steel bracelet that tapers down to 18 millimeters. It's only water resistant to 100 meters, which is 330 feet. Again, you have that V176 movement with about a 6-month power reserve. Again, you get a sapphire crystal, which I just thought was absolutely amazing. I mean, y'all know how Seiko is about putting sapphire crystals in any of their watches. And the fact they put it again, in a sub $250 watch, I was like, what? What's going on? Maybe they do stuff differently over in New Zealand. That's the only place I found any information on this watch was over in New Zealand. Anyway, you've got a screw down case back. The crown is just a push and pull. Of course, you do have the date over there at 3 o'clock. You don't have a day function. Of course, it's not windable. It is hackable. You get Seiko LumiBrite. There's no bezel. It weighs 131 grams. And man, I think it's just a really, really good looking watch. And again, the only place I found any information about it was Seiko's New Zealand website. I love the overall look of this watch. I love the Panda effect with the black subdials and that really creamy white hexagon shaped dial. It's got really nice indexes where the sides of the indexes are polished. They have like a chrome finish, but the top is actually black. You've got an applied Seiko logo there over there at 3 o'clock. The date window, I've got to say, is pretty much worthless. It's really, really small. And you're barely going to be able to see what the date is, so it's really kind of pointless. And I hate to say this too, but the actual chronograph function is the same way. Because the chronograph hand is black, it just blends in with everything. It blends in with the indexes. It blends in with the dial. So unless you're really looking at it up close, the chronograph function to me is really next to worthless. Let me go and demonstrate it though. It is very easy to push these pushers. So go ahead and start it. You see the subdial up there at 12 is spinning around. You'll see the chronograph hand starting to move. If you can even see it, there it is. See, it just blends in too much with the 12 and 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock subdials. But it works. It's just, it blends in way, way, way too well. Of course, you've got your running seconds hand over there at 9 o'clock. That's always running right there. Again, this is your chronograph hand. So this hand is not going to be running until you actually, use the chronograph function. I'm gonna go ahead and let it get all the way up to 1 minute, and then I'm gonna reset it. It's kind of like a neat little resetting process. I just wish they had maybe done something a little bit different with that chronograph hand, because some people might use this for, like at a track meet or some sort of football practice or something. They might actually want to use the chronograph function, but the way this thing is, it's like next to impossible to see that little hand, and it's really skinny. So here we go. So it's going to go ahead and get past 12 here, and I'm going to go ahead and reset it. All right, there we go. Now the subdial down there at 6 o'clock jumped to 1 minute. So let's go ahead and stop it, and let's reset it. Here we go. There you go. So there you go. There's a chronograph function. Again, I love it. You got a lot of polished surfaces on this watch. I mean, the pushers are polished, the case is polished, the lugs are polished. The underside of the bezel is polished. I mean, it's got a lot of polished surfaces. It's a good looking watch, and I love how those indexes kind of glint. If you catch the light just right, it's the sides of the indexes that are polished, not the top. You can really see it over there with the 8 o'clock. You can see the side shining, and the top is totally polished. Just a good looking watch. Honestly, not very functional when it comes down to the chronograph function and the date, but overall, still a fantastic looking watch. I love that hexagon shape. You can see the 9 o'clock subdial is shaped like a hexagon, just like, you know, like this honeycomb / hexagon shaped dial itself. Really, really cool. Adds a lot of dimension, a lot of depth to the dial. So I just had to review this watch basically on looks alone. I love this thing, man. It kind of harkens back to like some 70s style watches. I mean, I think it's really good looking. All right, let's go ahead and show you the case back here. Of course, stamped metal for the bracelet. Yeah, what do you expect? But I love that new pin system because you can push out the pin either way. It'll go in this way or this way, and then you push it just in the right amount, and it's locked in there. Really nice, man. So you don't have to worry about a collar or losing a collar when you're trying to change out a link. I really like it. Nice little Seiko logo there on the buckle. Nothing really cool about the case back other than Macchina Sportiva, which means sporty car in Italian, by the way. See if I can get up. There you go. Now, if I remember correctly, Seiko teamed up with Ital Design. I can't pronounce this gentleman's name. Giorgio Giardo or something. Anyway, this guy has designed a whole bunch of famous sports cars way back in like the mid 80s. And they still have a design firm. They design all sorts of stuff. Anyway, they teamed up with Seiko back in like, I don't know, like 20 years ago. And they designed some watches for them back then. I'll put their logo right there for you. But you're going to recognize the logo. They've designed sports cars. They've designed furniture. They've designed everything. And I think they must have teamed up with Seiko again to do this one. Pretty cool. Again, that means sporty car in Italian. It's actually backwards to us, when you speak English. Sportiva means sporty and Macchina means car. So we would say Sportiva Macchina, but obviously in Italian it's backwards. So anyway, so you got some laser etching, you got Seiko there, the movement, that Macchina Sportiva. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If any Italians out there, let me know. So there you go. So guys, that's really it about this one. I just wanted to show you this watch again for the dial and for the rare fact that it has an actual sapphire crystal. I don't see a AR coating on this crystal, by the way. I thought I would, but I don't. No AR coating that I can see, but still a fantastic looking watch, man. I love the way this thing looks. And again, all the other colors have that same dial. It's just it stands out so much more on this Panda version. On the red and black versions, it just kind of blends in. You can't really see the definition of the hexagons on those versions, but on this one, you can definitely see it. So guys, let me go, actually, before I forget, let me go try this thing on real quick. It's a tad bit tight, but it still fits. Fits really well, actually. Oh man, that fits really good. A little hard to get on. There you go. That's some nice wrist presence. Let me show you the Lume. Of course, you got LumiBrite. It's a little disappointing because only the hour and minute hand are actually loomed on this thing. Let me show you. Oh, there you go. Actually, the hour, minute hand, and the little 12 o'clock pip. There we go. So not too bad. There you go. Not too bad at all, actually. It'd be cool if they would, go ahead and loom those indexes. All right, so there's the Lume shot. Let's go ahead and finish up this review. Let's cut everything back on. And tell me y'all's thoughts. Tell me what you think of this watch. I think it's a really good looking watch, man. I really do. Again, the functionality, especially with that chronograph, with that black chronograph hand just blending in with everything. But still a really good looking watch. So if you want to pick one of these up, I'll make sure to put a link in the description field so you can head on over to Amazon and pick one up for around $245. Again, they have other colors. I didn't see the other colors on Amazon's website, but I did see the other colors on Seiko New Zealand's website. So I don't know, how bad you want, like the red version or the blue version or the black version. But on Amazon's website, they have the white one, the Panda version, for around $245. Anyway, guys, that's been about it. I really appreciate you watching my channel. I appreciate all you new subscribers. I've got an absolute ton of new subscribers, and I really appreciate that. So as always, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click that notification bell. I definitely appreciate it when you do that. I've got a ton of stuff coming up, especially for June. So make sure you stay tuned. I've got a few more reviews, actually 2 more reviews for this month. And guys, that's really been about it. I will see you on the next review. Take care. Bye-bye.